Today at Manchester Theatres, it is my absolute pleasure to be joined by the gorgeous Danny Bird, who is coming to Home Manchester from the 11th of February in The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson Musical. Now, of course, we all fell in love with Danny when they won RuPaul's Season 4 Drag Race UK, but they have gone on to appear in shows such as Hollyoaks, Celebrity Big Brother. They have had their own BBC One radio show and their own podcast, The Gossip Gaze. They are a singer, a performer, a drag artist, and a multi-award winning cabaret artist as well. So it is an absolute pleasure to be joined by you today, Danny, and getting ready to welcome you back up north.
Oh, I can't wait to be back home, love.
Yeah.
Honest to God, I live in Manchester. We're just outside now. Apologies for the dog's bell, my darling.
We all
Um,
love it when the dogs join in.
honestly, I get in trouble all the time because she's always with me. Well, not I don't get in trouble that she's
No,
with
I
me. I
know.
just mean that she's just jingling a bell and running all over me. It's like an episode of The Osbournes every day of my life. But I'm so excited to be back home, literally at home, the
Yeah.
theatre and
At
home
home, yeah.
in Manchester. And we all know the Manchester audiences are the best. Like,
Yeah.
I can't say it, but it's the truth. You know, I grew up on the pub and club circuit in Manchester and then around the country. And it's just going to be such the best 2 weeks.
Yes, cannot wait. So, for those people who are still to discover the joys of Percy Jackson, give us a little bit of a synopsis as to what the story is.
Well, fundamentally, it's a coming of age story, and the reason I joined was purely because I loved the themes of like normal as a myth, and it kind of puts people's quirks, differences, ADHD. It puts things like that at a forefront and teaches younger people that that's their superpower. And then really, it's also about gods and monsters. So it sounds like a mouthful. It is and it isn't. It's a best-selling book, Percy Jackson. It sold over 180 million copies worldwide, and you really get to see these super fans of the book, the series, the films on Disney come and enjoy a new version of how we tell this story. And it's just so much fun. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And your character is just a scream, Mr. D. I mean, they're kind of grumpy, but they've got all this power. They love to party. They kind of have got a bit of resentment about what they have to do. I mean, you must be having an absolute blast playing a role like that.
Absolutely. For me, this is very much like a cameo role in this musical because this musical is led by this beautiful ensemble cast, and we have so much fun together. And technically, I've done other big shows, pantos, toured the
Mm.
world. I've done so much. You said a lot at the beginning, but technically, this is my first like theatre, professional theatre touring credit on this scale. Um, so I'm coming at it from 10, 15 years in a different direction, and I've got these younger people that have just graduated drama school that have come to it. So for many of us, it's like our first ever professional job in this sense. And they come at it with so much like spunk, if for want of a better
Yeah.
phrase, with so much energy. Their talent is off the scale, and we're having so much fun. I kind of top and tail the whole show. So my character's in the beginning, my character's in the end, and Percy goes on this quest to see who really stole the lightning bolt from Zeus. So it's crazy, but it's fun, and it's kind of like a rocky fun musical, and the
Yeah.
musical numbers in it are amazing. They're really silly, some of them, and some of them are so heartfelt, and some of them are so vocally led. One of the young actresses that play Annabeth, she is, she's a massive, they're all massive future stars.
Yeah.
So it's a show for everyone, but fundamentally it is for the younger generation. But that's not to say, the older guys won't enjoy it.
No, absolutely. Well, people have grown up with it as well, haven't they? So it's kind of that, that nostalgia as well.
I believe it's currently in the school curriculum because we've had quite a few schools come
Yeah.
and see it. So it really is Percy Jackson mania. I feel like I'm in this Percy Jackson bubble. Everywhere we go, there's super fans of this story. So I think for me, being a performer and an actor, I wanted to honor the books and honor certain little quirks that we learn from the books, but also the joy of theatre, musical theatre especially,
Yeah.
is being able to put your own spin on things. So the character doesn't necessarily look how you imagine from the books.
Mhm.
It's I've helped reimagine this character with the design team at Bill Kenwright Productions. And together we've just come up with this really ridiculous version of
Love
Mr.
that.
D, who is also the god of wine and drama, which
Of
is
course.
probably why I got the phone call to play the part.
But I love that you've been able to be involved in that because, we see you doing what you do, and your brain is so creative and so kind of like, just go with me. It might not make sense
Yeah,
at first, but go with me. And the result is always unbelievable.
thank you. I mean, I'm very blessed. Like, I'm very happy with my drag career. I love being a drag queen. I've done it for 10, 15 years now. I lose track of time. The early days were messy, honey. The early days were very messy on Manchester's Canal Street. And I'm blessed that doing this career, it's brought me to all the things I wanted to do and love. I always wanted to act. I auditioned for drama schools when I was younger and I didn't get in. And I kept getting offered foundation degrees and different things. And I just couldn't ask my family to pay £10,000. We didn't have the money. I'm from a very working class Liverpool family. So doing drag has brought me full circle to all these things I love, back into acting, back into presenting, back into TV. So my superpower feels like drag, and this story I think just really resonates with so many people.
It really does. And like you say, it has got an army of super fans. And I suppose when you're putting something on that's already kind of got this fan base there, it can be kind of like a blessing and a bit of a curse because, God, you've got to get it in a
Yeah.
like you say, you've got to create something brand new because it's a new forum, it's theatre. But then at the same time, you've got to make sure that these people that love it still love it, really.
Yeah, and the director Lizzie's done such an amazing job. She's a director choreographer. So the whole thing's just got this very immersive vibe. And like I keep telling my friends, like everyone thinks the stalls are the best seats. I mean, there isn't a bad seat, but
Yeah.
I'm like, book the balcony because this whole show is 3D projection map.
Wow.
The floors, the walls, everything changes. It's no, we don't fly scenery in and out like traditional theatre. They really are trying to appeal to the
Mm.
generation that grew up watching this, that are a bit more tech savvy, and let's be real, their attention spans aren't the best. So this show has just got so much thrown at it. The projection, the direction, the choreo, the set pieces that move seamlessly and become different things. It's quite simply done, but it's so effective and such beautiful storytelling. It's really nice to be part of it.
I can't wait to see that because, like, my head is already thinking, right, but there's this part. So there's like shape shifting. So how are they going to do that? There's flying. So how are they going to do that? There's the lightning bolts. It's just like my mind's going. Brum, brum, brum.
What is really exciting as well is there's lots of magic weaved through it and
Mm.
illusions and effects. And I don't want to ruin anything, but 1 minute Percy's there, and then all of a sudden the lights change and the actor's the other side of the stage, and you're like, oh my God, how did that happen? My character's the god of wine. There's a little trick I do in my song with the wine, and everyone always thinks I'm going to soak them every night, but it turns out to be a magic trick. And it's not done like, oh, here's a big magic trick. They're all subtly weaved through the story just to add that other element of otherness, of godly world, of, the Percy Jackson landscape that we love.
Yeah, and you mentioned some of the songs already, but it's got like a really kind of cool rock vibe to it, hasn't it? Go like,
Does. It does, and there's some amazing, amazing ballads.
mm,
My song is very, very character led. So anyone that's been to see me before, see me sing Adele and these big belting numbers, it's very different for me. And the character looks very different. When I designed it with the team, I wanted him to look very almost like a drag king, which I think we've
yeah,
achieved quite well. But these songs, my song especially, it's so character led, and it's like we call it a vamp. So a vamp, we would
yeah.
go, it's just a beat that goes round for anyone that doesn't know. So it's like little text, monologue text, which we vamp music under back into the song. So my song is split into like six chunks of the song. It's really fun. It's
Yeah.
awesome. And it's really silly. And on the surface, if Greek mythology and gods and monsters aren't for you, I have to say, and I hope they don't kill me for saying it, it wasn't for me. Like on the
Yeah.
surface, oh God, a story
Yeah.
about Greek gods and monsters. Like that's not for me. Do you know what I mean? Give me
Yeah.
a big shiny musical any day. But this meets everything in the middle,
Yeah.
and this really it is fun. And that's all I
Yeah.
keep saying. It's fun. It's got to be seen to be believed. And the cast alone are worth the money because their talent, their vocals, out of this world. So to be amongst all these guys is just lovely.
Yeah. But I think that's the thing with it, isn't it? Like you said quite early on, that, yeah, of course, you've got like the Greeks and all of that, the myths and all of that in it, but it's actually that idea of a coming of age story. But even bigger than that, it's kind of that person. And I think no matter where you've gone in life, everyone can kind of relate to their own version of it. That, you're told you don't fit in, you're told that you don't belong. And it's the fighting and the tenacity and the kind of pushing onwards, even when everything seems impossible.
Yeah, and it really does like Percy, the main character. And the other great thing about the show is because the characters, some of them are autistic, some of them have got ADHD. They've cast those people as
Yeah.
so we're working with some wonderful young actors that are ADD, ADHD, autistic, and they bring their brain to it, which is a superpower. And then we tell the story that this is Percy's superpower. So I think kids watching this will go, "Oh, my dyslexia isn't that uncool." And that's what I hope, and that's what drew me to want to be part of this
Mm.
show because I think every young person should see the show. But
Yeah.
here we are.
Here we are. So did you have to delve massively into kind of the mythology and stuff, or are you able to focus more like on that side of it, like the superpower idea?
I, of course, looked into my character Dionysus and to try and pull some character references from. And I had a little search through Disney Plus. I got to see how some other actors played the role I'm doing. My role is he's been sent by Zeus as punishment to look after half bloods. And in our show, half bloods are half gods, half monsters. And that's where the story comes from. So it uses key points of Greek mythology,
Mm.
and that's more of a driving force behind the story. And then we've created our own story around that. So, well, we haven't. The beautiful Ryder
Yeah.
has. Um, so that's really just the driving force of the story. So it is research, but then we've also come at it with some of
Yeah.
our own takes,
Your
if
own
and
take.
even the way I play Mr. D isn't super super true to the books. I wanted there to be elements that the fans recognized, loved.
Mm.
Direct quotes are from the books, but I also feel like my version of Mr. D, he isn't just one note. A lot of people have played this role very just angry, start to
Mm.
finish, and I think if you're looking after these group of kids and then this group of kids, spoiler alert, go on to save the world, um, I think he's going to have some love for them there in his
Yeah.
own way. He's still miserable. He's still annoyed that Zeus has sent him to look after these kids in this camp and they annoy him. Like, who, you know what I mean? Who wouldn't be annoyed by kids that are running around with other demigods? Um, but he's got heart, more heart than I
Yeah.
think he's written, or more heart than people have assumed about this character.
Yeah.
But that's just me and as a person as well. Like I think everyone's got a redeeming feature.
Yeah.
I'm interested in why are people angry?
Yeah.
What
Why are you angry? Why? Yeah.
what makes a homophobe be homophobic? What
Yeah.
makes racist? I'm not forgiving them or saying it's okay to do that. We all know it's not. But I always think, what's the story behind the story? What's the journey
Yeah.
there?
That's the key to change, isn't it? The key to
Yeah.
change is understanding, rather than just, saying, nope, that's wrong. Understand it and then educate it. So yeah. And just to finish, just to make it clear for everyone coming, you don't have to have read the books. You don't have to even know who Percy Jackson
Absolutely
is,
not.
do you? You can just enjoy it in its own right.
Absolutely not. And we've had people come that have no idea about Percy Jackson. We've had super fans come, and everyone takes something away
Yeah.
differently. And that is the beauty of musical theatre. You know, you can go and watch a show and think, I haven't got a clue what's going on. And trust me, I've done it, and I don't want to say it. That was me at Hamilton. I've no idea what's going on, but this is an amazing thing to
Yeah.
watch, and I absolutely love it. That's the basic, that's the surface levels,
Yeah.
you know, so anyone can watch it. And on the surface, it does feel like a show that's aimed more towards younger people, but we've got lots of different people that come away loving this show, and I've fallen deeply in love with this show.
Well, there we go. We cannot wait for it to come to home in Manchester so we can all fall in love with it too.
Thank you.
Danny, thank you so much. And we will see you from the 11th of Feb. Not long to go. Can't wait.
Well, I'll see you there, guys.
Take care.
Thank you, darling. Have a nice time.
It's up to us, so let all this time I thought my dad was some deadbeat. Turns out he's a deadbeat god. We're going on an awesome, dangerous.
If you're gonna save the world, I'm the best person to keep you from messing up.
We're totally killing this quest. Be away and you'll hear.